Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into the microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue running like a headless chicken in Deus Ex Human Revolution Blind. Now I'm here at the BellTower base. I only have 6 pieces of ammunition in total, so I guess fighting is pretty much off the table. I don't have a solid plan, to be honest. I'll just try to use the cloak to run around and get to my destination. Like, as I said, I only have 6 pieces of ammunition, and I can't kill anyone. I mean, I could, but I don't want to.
Damn it! I better keep searching.
And the whole stealth business, I'm not really that great at it, and at this point, I've been compromised so many times that it hardly even matters anymore. I think I need to go through here. But I need to take down at least some of them, because well, they are shooting at me currently, so it'll be difficult to hack the door with that going on. Now I do have a... oh, okay. Code for the landing bay 1 has been changed, so maybe it'll work actually on this door, which would be somewhat of a help, but still I need to type it in. I'll definitely buy the cloak.
Cargo crew to Sector Alpha. Cargo crew to Alpha.
Yeah, I guess it does. It does work. But I'm still getting shot at, so... I guess they were shooting blindly, or they saw me getting up. Not sure which, to be entirely honest. Yeah, indeed, there is a vent here. I just wasted like 10 minutes dying and over and over again. I'll upgrade the cloak, as I said. Now where am I? Over here. I would like to try and meet the guy, if only because maybe he can sell me more ammo or at least more batteries or something.
Got to hit the alarm.
Apparently someone saw me anyway. All of that was pointless.
This is the spot. Keep looking. Someone must be there. Stop him! Show yourself! Had enough?
Okay, so this should take me to the vendor. Hopefully that's like a safe location or something. Ah, no, it's actually... Wait. Maybe it is. Like it's wholly separate location. I think it has to be, because otherwise they could interfere with me trying to buy something from the automated shop, but I'll still check this. It's presumably like an alternative way to get here, not using the actual elevator. Beer. I guess maybe that's just... Yeah, I guess it is an alternate way to get in. Or get out, for that matter. Now I do have about 7,000 credits, so quite a lot as far as buying ammunition and whatever goes.
Are you Quinn?
Yeah, that's me. Jensen, is it? You weren't followed, were you?
Not that I'm aware of.
Of course
Yeah,
I was.
I can believe that. They're having a hell of a time keeping up with you.
Yeah, I like to play it by ear. Whatever works, works.
Practical man, aye. Just keep doing whatever you're doing. Maybe you won't bring the base down around my ears.
Look, Keitner said you can help me. Can you?
Yeah, she told me to be expecting you. I'm just glad you came as soon as you did instead of going off on your own. There's enough kegs of powder lying around here already without throwing another loose cannon in the mix. You know how much we're risking to keep you off the radar? We've only got so much pull around here. It's Burke's show, and he'll do as he bloody well pleases, which means stamping out any rats the moment he gets wind of them.
I'm grateful, but can we get on with it? I understand you run a nice little sideline in procurement.
Aye. From time to time you might say being inclined to do a little, how should we call it? Bartering. On the side. Since the commander signed off on it, I suppose I could open my stock to you. For a price, that is.
You mean I have to pay?
What? Of course you have to bloody well pay. I ain't exactly a fucking armory quartermaster down here. I'm just a civvy contractor trying to make ends meet. This ain't a bleeding charity.
Considering the circumstances.
Circumstances? What, that you're a fugitive and I'm risking my neck just talking to you? What are you trying to pull here? Although, I don't suppose you had anything to do with the stasis pod that was saved back on the ship.
How do you know about that?
Ah, so it was you, eh? Well, let's just say I have my sources and your little random act of kindness didn't go unnoticed. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount on me wares. Just no freebies or handouts. But now that I think of it, if you're looking for a little something for nothing and don't mind a little legwork, I've got an errand that could use running. Consider it a special offer of sorts. Interested?
I guess at this point, not really, but I'll still ask about it.
Alright, tell me about this special offer.
Look, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this base is packing some serious heat. Especially in the form of those walking brick shithouse boxcars. If you get me a few odds and ends, I might be able to whip up a little something to make getting around easier, if you catch my meaning.
What kind of something are we talking about here?
Nothing fancy, just a 329 series MPRS.
A rocket launcher?
That's right, mate, and custom built, by yours truly, of course. You see, while I might be able to get my fingers on some row-level arms, I'm a little restricted when it comes to military-grade bells and whistles. I'm itching to try out a new trigger propulsion mix. Maybe even recalibrate the guidance system for some extra punch.
To be honest, not sure, like, okay, sure, it could be useful against the bots, but I would much prefer something that would help me, like, replenish energy and just run around with the cloak or something.
I'm not convinced jury-rigged explosives are exactly my style.
Look, I'm not telling you how to do your job or anything, but you might want to consider carrying a little extra insurance while you're here. Look, all you gotta do is find me some components. I'll do the rest. An earlier boat had a shipment of 329s, but I wasn't able to poach any of them before they made it to the armory. Luckily, little Sparrow in my employ managed to lose one through maintenance circulation, but he got himself shit canned before I could collect. Now my little bute's lying around the base somewhere in bloody pieces. The launcher, I mean, not the wee man. Though, I've no idea what really happened to him.
Right, so, long story short, you need me to find the parts and bring them back to you.
Yeah, that about sums it up, I'd say. Just find me the trigger module, scope assembly, and launch a barrel, and we're in business. I could scrape up the rest from leftovers here in the shop.
I'll see what I can find. Any idea where they are?
If I knew that, I would have picked them up myself. You're just gonna have to make do and keep your nose to the ground. Check the obvious places first, like the cargo and receiving areas. Worst case, someone found one of the parts and brought it to administration. I looked there last.
Got it.
Okay, to be honest, if my radar doesn't know, then I might not actually care. Like, it isn't even a story of any kind, at least not that I know, not that I know of, unless I can find the guy that went to fetch it, but from what I understand, he's actually dead. Like, he's in pieces as well. And it's just a collection quest, which I'm not even that interested in the rocket launcher, and I'm kind of annoyed by this base already and the amount of enemies nearby, so...
What exactly do you do here, Quinn?
In a more civilized world, you might say I pass for the base's lead maintenance engineer. But if you look at it from BellTower's point of view, I might as well just be a glorified janitor. Pays good though, so, not complaining.
If the pay is good, why the underground market?
Well, why not? You see, civilian contractors operate under different jurisdiction when it comes to bringing outside goods into the base. So while the rank and file grunts can only order and receive essentials, toothpaste and the like, I, being the entrepreneurial chap that I am, offer them a more robust catalogue of goods and services. You know the sort. Smokes, beverages, and gentleman's literature.
How does this involve weapons?
Now, let me finish. As an enterprising fellow, I require an exchange of valuables for these slightly less than essential supplies, and often receive some very non-civilian contractor-regulated equipment in exchange, if you catch my drift. Now, normally, I launder my stock through a contact on the mainland, but a deal in Shanghai recently fell through, so lucky for you, I've got some excess inventory to move. Consider this whole arrangement a matter of fortunate timing.
And Keitner is okay with all of this?
Not exactly. You see, some time ago, the commander got wind of my little operation down here. But before she could throw me in the brig, I offered her something I knew she couldn't refuse. Information. I ain't bragging, but I've managed to build myself quite a little network of sparrows and gophers. I'd known for a while that she'd been at odds with that prick Burke. In the end, I reached a rather simple mutual agreement. I keep her in the loop, and she keeps my neck out of the noose, so to speak.
What can you tell me about this base?
Nothing you don't know, probably. To the outside world, it's a BellTower naval logistics headquarters and supply point for their Pacific operations. Beneath the surface, though, it's much, much more.
How so?
Look, nothing personal, mate, but I prefer if the commander did most of the informing. As far as I'm concerned, the less I know, and more importantly, the less I say in this matter, the better off we all are.
Tell me about the commander, Keitner.
Lieutenant Commander, officially. But the grunts don't pay no mind to that. She's the commander as far as they're concerned. It's the Reds who stick to the formalities, you see. Because they're Burke's boys. The spooks. Special operations. You might say there's a bit of a division of loyalty among the troops.
Between Keitner's men and Burke's?
Aye. Since time immortal, there's always been a rivalry of sorts between grunts and spooks. I always assumed it came down to ego. But it's different here. Probably because Burke's different.
What do you mean?
Well, for a start, the man might be a righteous prick, but he's got the respect of his men. And the higher-ups think he's a visionary based on some fancy tech he drummed up a few years back. In other words, the man's got a lot of influence and a lot of power, and, well, I don't think that old proverb needs repeating here.
Okay. So I
What do you
guess
find?
I'll see what he has. First I'll probably sell most of the lethal stuff I have, because I'm not going to be using that like ever. It's only cluttering my inventory. I guess I should probably keep the...
No refunds.
I should probably keep the frag, just in case. Just in case
Right.
I come
So,
against
what's the story?
those bots.
Buy something or bugger off.
Okay, I'm definitely buying those. Laser targeting. With most projectile weapons. But I doubt the rifle is a... well, the tranquilizer rifle is a projectile weapon. Oh, that's actually quite a good deal, so I am going to buy that. Now hopefully
No refunds.
I do get the rest of my practice points. I think I'll just buy another battery, to be honest. Just because... or maybe actually recharge. But I hope I do get the rest of my practice kits back eventually. If I have to start from scratch, then I'm not going to lie. I think that's pretty annoying and overall not a good decision, I think, from a game design standpoint, because it's almost like you're saying that all of the time I've spent upgrading my character doesn't really matter in the end if it just all gets reset. Now, obviously it did already get reset, but from what I understand, it's a temporary thing. Okay, so what about the... So I guess the map, the radar doesn't show the
Moving to next sector.
the parts of the rocket launcher, which totally makes sense because after all, even the guy himself doesn't know where they are. So why would Jensen? But as I said, I'm not going to bother with it in that case, because I'm pretty sick of this base already, and I don't even particularly care about a rocket launcher in the first place, so...
Access granted.
I'll just try getting through in one piece, which still probably is going to be difficult. Presumably this contains a password. No, it contains a code, but it still might be useful for something down the line.
Access granted.
Okay, preliminary report. Agent reports arrived. 2 squads deployed. From AU? Would that be... Australia? Because I seem to remember that they are involved on that front as well. No casualties. Then, well, I kind of doubt it, because no casualties when you're a participant in an outright war is somewhat unreasonable. So I guess they are testing some kind of augmentations, mechanical incident, biological interface has burned out. Not quite sure what that's about, what's that about, but... Oh wait, I didn't read the report. No, Namir, I think. It's one of the augmented mercenaries that attacked Sarif. That would be the last one, because there were 3 of them and I've defeated 2 already. Barres and then the woman. So this guy's friend just trashed him through the whole email, reminding him that they are peers, and then he said, "Are we still on for poker? And I guess this guy went all official on him. Biometric security. I went through that. I'm still not sure how it worked, but I guess it's the work of the hacker. If you're reading this and you shouldn't be, then this does not apply to you. But I guess it kinda does, in a way, even though they themselves probably don't realize that. Because I did use the biometric scanner in the end. Now I'm not sure. I kind of recognize him, but I think that might just be a generic NPC. Extract cover. Extract. So like it's like a battle plan, I guess. You can't read any of those. It's going the opposite direction of what I would have liked, to be honest, but yeah, that's not good. I guess so I guess they are involved in Australia after all. Those are like their battle plans or whatever. In various sectors. I will hack this and then get back to the vent and try to, because the other room is actually closer to the security gate I intend to cross.
Access granted.
Operation Southern Cross. Yeah, so I guess it is about the civil war in Australia. They're talking about the Chinese influence, because the Chinese are backing the rebels. Ultimate condition of the prisoners. Now, I would assume that has something to do with the experimentation they are doing upon them. Presumably, it leaves them either dead or severely mutilated. So apparently there is some dissent within the ranks, and not all of them agree on what is being done. Yeah, and this is also about like conflicts and fights breaking out during meals between various soldiers. Okay, that's a little bit ridiculous that I can't simply climb back into this one. Okay, that's totally the wrong way, actually.
Sounds like someone running.
Okay, and I should be able to get in here.
Activating security scan.
And that should add my fake identity, my cover, to the system, which should allow me to cross to the next part of the base.
Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Okay. And I was supposed to contact her after I get inside. Okay, so this is the detention camp already.
You've been detained for conspiring to commit a terrorist act. After processing, you will undergo a preliminary medical examination. At that point, I'm sure you will have the opportunity to raise your concerns.
What? A terrorist? No! No! They just grabbed me off the street. You've got the wrong person!
We will determine if you are the right or wrong person. If you cooperate, things will go smoothly. If not, you will be made to cooperate.
Oh my god! Please, this is wrong. You can't just hold me here.
To be honest, this whole situation is pretty nightmarish when you really think about it. You know, they have such power that they can pretty much kidnap people from every walk of life with impunity and then hold them prisoner for an indeterminate amount of time, and presumably also, if my suspicions judged by the emails are correct, they are also experimenting on them. So that's, as I said, pretty horrible.
Put it away, man. Hey, you don't belong here. Jesus. How'd you get out of your cell?
Well, I would like to free you, but presumably that will only be done at the very end, when I reach like a control facility or something. For now, I just need to deal with... Yeah, damn it, I overlooked that conversation.
Cross the T's and dot the I's. I don't ever want to be in his crosshairs, especially about this.
Yeah, he's got a hard on for this contingency plan of his. I don't mind telling you, I hope we never have to put it into effect.
I know what you mean. Then I think, would it be any worse for them than what we're already doing?
Yeah, they were talking about... about being cut to pieces, I think, which would fit with the previous assumptions of some kinds of experiments being run on the people. Apparently, this cell is opened for some reason. Okay, they activated the bots, which is definitely definitely annoying. And kind of problematic, although I think I have 2 EMPs, so this should be enough to... No, I don't want to throw it, damn it. I'm holding G. Yeah, I wasted it. They were like... I'm not even sure where they are. Are they down there or whatever? I'm a little confused. I thought they were on the floor, but maybe they are on the actually on the lower floor. I should probably just try to not activate them in the first place. That's a horrible place to save, to be honest. Like, my finger was hovering over it and I clicked it right at the moment that I saw him approaching. That might actually be unsalvageable to be honest.
I'm right here!
Where are the bots at? Okay, okay, they're on the upper floor. Now, I wanted to check all of their items. And there was also one of the cells that's... that's unlocked. I know it's maybe a little callous and cruel of me to say, but I must admit, as far as cells go, this isn't that bad. Like, obviously, it's horrible to be kidnapped and held prisoner for an indeterminate amount of time by random people you know nothing about, and they seem to know everything about you. But still, you have some space. You have an actual bed with an actual mattress. You have a blanket. You even have some books, apparently, some magazines. You have tissues, which means that if you're a man, you can, you know, have some fun with yourself. I mean, you could even without tissues. Obviously, it's just more convenient that they provided them. Though I doubt that's actually the purpose for them, but oh well. So.
Why are you doing this? You're monsters!
Although to be honest, maybe that's like a VIP cell or something, because it's a lot better stocked compared to like those. Those look pretty barren in comparison, although they are still rather big.
No, not again. That white-haired son of a bitch said they'd had enough data from me. I'll claw his augmented eyes out of his face if he ever comes near me again.
Yeah, so they've been interrogating them, obviously. Now there's a computer at the top of here. Actually, even two of them.
Keitner, Jensen, I'm in your detention camp and uploading to the security mainframe now.
Copy that. Any problems?
Negative. I gotta say, though, this isn't exactly what I was picturing when you described it.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, you need to get inside the interrogation wing and find out what Burke is hiding. Contact me when you know. Keitner out.
Okay. I can't hack this because I have hacking level 3, but that wouldn't give me much because I can't hack bots either.
Access granted.
Detainee treatment protocol. So apparently they at least can't rape them, which is somewhat, you know, somewhat of a saving grace. But then it seems it's not because of any degree of mercy. It's simply because they want to keep discipline, and also presumably because them getting pregnant, the prisoners getting pregnant or something would interfere with their experiments. Still, this is overall pretty horrible. You know, I'll take one of those barrels, I guess. Hopefully I can destroy the bots with it, and this way I will save one of the EMP grenades, because those are the small bots, so they should be hopefully destroyed with just a single. Huh? surprised. I guess I'm just going to run from them. It's easier than the alternative. Now let me take a look at the map. Where do I need to go? Presumably somewhere high. There's a morgue. Oh no, actually it's supposedly on the lowest level? So I might have done goofed by going in here. So I guess that answers my question from before, whether those particular lasers are harmful or not. I guess the answer is a resounding yes. You know what? First of all, I do have a praxis point. I think I'll get another battery. And second of all, I will still check the upstairs. Those look like some kind of VIP cell, which sounds stupid because, to be honest, there's not much point in having VIPs at your freaking torture detention camp, but still, they are awfully well suited compared to those other ones, and even to like regular prison jail cells. Like this one has, you know, magazines, books. It even has a fan and cigarettes. Like that's an awful lot of comfort for someone who's being tortured.
You don't belong here. Jesus. How'd you get out of your cell? You can't hold me in here without trial. 为什么将我关在这？请给我一个理由。
Okay, I guess this is the interrogation wing, so maybe I went the right way from the start, although kind of by accident. Which I know doesn't say the best things about me, but...
Activating security scan. Biometric data assembled. Subject recognized. Access granted.
Okay, that looks ominous. Oh, I guess those are the cells, but visible from up top, so that you can observe the prisoners at all time. That's a body, I assume. She doesn't look alive any longer.
Please. I'm sorry. I'll stay quiet, I promise. Just don't hurt me anymore.
Calm down. I'm not gonna hurt you.
You're not one of them? One of the scientists? Please, you've got to get me out of here. We've got to do something before they come back. I don't want to disappear like all the others.
It's okay. What's your name?
Nina Sullivan. I don't know why they're holding me in here. They just grabbed me off the street. I'd heard Cape Town was dangerous, but I thought with all the security around...
Cape Town? South Africa?
Isn't that where we are? I blacked out. They drugged me, I think. I was on vacation in Cape Town at the end of the summer. I was going to be starting senior year in the fall, and I wanted to have an adventure. My parents must be so worried.
I take it you're not a terrorist, then?
No, I've never done anything wrong. Never demonstrated against anything or anything. But neither have most of the girls here. I'm not sure about the men, but please, can't you get me out of here?
To be honest, even if they are actual terrorists, I would still sort of consider getting them out, just because, not because I don't believe in locking up terrorists, but because I don't believe in locking up terrorists in an illegal black site prison, torturing and cutting up everyone. Like, that's pushing it a little bit too far.
Hold on. You said they were coming back? Who? Burke? Is he behind this?
I'm not sure. He comes around, but not that often. I know he gives the orders around here, but he doesn't seem all that interested in us beyond some psych tests and questioning. He mostly leaves us to the doctors or scientists or whatever they are.
Tell me about these scientists. Is one of them a woman named Reed?
I don't know. I mean, there is a woman, but her name is Kavanaugh, not Reed. I heard the guard call her that. She seems different. Like she doesn't like what they're doing to us. I can't help but think she's being forced to do these things. The others just treat us like animals. It's horrible. I just want to go home.
Yeah, it definitely is horrible. Indeed. Like, I think I am kind of fascinated by how horrible that is. This whole place and this whole situation. It's kind of morbid, you know, the way you sometimes look at. Well, I mean, I shouldn't accuse you personally of that. I mean, I meant an abstract you know, somebody. The way some people look at, I don't know. Like disgusting pictures on the internet, you know, corpses or accidents or something. Although that's not exactly the same, because this is more of a moral disgust for me, you know. I'm just imagining this whole situation and the implications it has, and it's kind of great as far as a video game story goes, because it really makes you ask questions, you know, such as even about things, about similar things happening in real life, because I'm afraid they kind of do already. Obviously, probably not up to this point, not to the point of torture. Well, actually, torture probably does happen, but not to the point of killing people in illegal medical experiments, but things like, you know, locking up people pretty much indefinitely without a trial is something that does happen, that did happen, especially in the wake of 9/11 in America, and there have been huge scandals about the treatment of prisoners in like Guantanamo or whatever, where they were doing things that were pretty much amounting to torture, even though they weren't calling it that. They were calling it, I think the official US nomenclature for torture is enhanced interrogation techniques, but that basically is torture. So yeah, I'm kind of fascinated by this whole place and by the by the amount of horribleness of it. But on the other hand, I am definitely annoyed with the amount of enemies, the lack of resources, and the overall emphasis on stealth, because I suck at it. And I am kind of tired of that. So it's a kind of a mixed bag. Although, that being said, I definitely enjoy this part more than the part on the ship, because the ship, I didn't even know what was the deal with that. The story was just starting. There wasn't much to think about regarding like lore and world building and background. There was just a lot of enemies, not many resources. I searched for that battery for like an hour or something, and it was pretty annoying. Although, that being said, the actual piece on board the ship, on the upper deck, where you got to see the sea, was kind of cool. But I guess I didn't ask this.
I want to help you, but you've got to stay calm. Now, what did you mean by disappear like the others? What's been going on back here?
I don't know much. I've heard rumors and seen some things, and I know what they've done to me. Biopsies, blood samples, tissue cores, like I'm some sort of lab rat.
Is that why you're back here? Separated from the others?
This is where they study and examine us to see if we're compatible or something. I don't know what they want from us. Sometimes we're sent back to the cells. Those that aren't, some of the others think they let them go, but I think they're being sent somewhere else, another facility maybe, somewhere else inside of this one.
Why? What makes you think that?
Because of the way they talk when they're with us. It's like they're looking for some kind of perfect gene match or something. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand it. I just don't want them touching me anymore.
Yeah, I really hope
I know this is gonna seem cruel, but I can't help you right now.
You're going to leave me here? You can't! You have no idea what it's like. Please!
I can't have you tagging along just yet, or walking the halls alerting the guards. Trust me, when I can get you out, I will. But your best bet is to stay put.
I'll alert them anyway. Burke and the two doctors were just here heading for the morgue. I'll tell them you're here. I will. Let me out or I'll tell them, I swear.
And then what? Do you really think they'll let you go? I'm still the best chance you've got, but you have to be patient.
Please. Don't go.
Okay, so that is a pretty horrible situation, and I guess she was alive because I saw her from up there and I thought she was dead up on the chair, but apparently not. It is a pretty horrible situation and a pretty horrible place overall. Oh, can I like read their files or something? Yeah, I can, but you know what? I will read the files and then I will end the episode after that.
I just want to go home.
Yeah, so this one has no augmentations. Fractured bones, awaiting transfer to lab. Yeah, so they are doing some kind of sick experiment here. Presumably, if I had to guess, I would say, because she was saying about how they are looking for a perfect match for something, I would say they are trying to recreate like an army of Jensens, you know? People that would be a perfect fit for augmentation and wouldn't need neuropsin, so that they could transform them into an army of unstoppable super soldiers. Prostitute.
I just want to go home.
Terminated. So, I guess most of them are terminated at this point. Oh, or transferred actually, because most of the parts are empty. Uncooperative. Unsuitable. Read project. Wait. Wait. If it turns out that Megan is actually working with them, then that's going to be like maybe not a good twist or something. That would just be sad, and I would be kind of angry at that, like, because this is probably the most horrible thing I've seen so far within this game. So although I guess she can be getting forced too, because the woman said that this Kavanagh doesn't seem to like it, but she does it anyway, because maybe they threaten her or something. So I guess the fact that something was labeled as Read Project doesn't really mean anything yet. I'm just, wondering out loud. Okay, so I guess the FSA can't be the Federal Security Agency, because because I somehow doubt Federal Security Agency operates in camps. That's first of all. Second of all, I don't think it kidnaps people in the first place, at least not openly. And third, I don't think the BellTower would raid one of their camps to get this person. So what I'm assuming is this is probably the rebel group fighting within Australia that's backed by China. But I'm not sure what's the full name of coming out of this abbreviation. Terminated. And possibly delusional machine god. I've encountered one of those people before. Well, not actually the people, but I've read the journal about their religion of literal Deus Ex Machina. Processed. Terminated, processed. So I guess they are harvesting something from the bodies as well. They can open those, but I will do that in the next episode, because this one has been long enough. So I will leave you with this woman crying and save here. That's all for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!